Hey folks, welcome you all to a new video. This is CA Ganesh Bharadwaj. So now in this video, I wanted to share a few important things to all the students, especially those who have got their results a few days back on the 9th of Jan. So I'm recording this video on the 13th of Jan. So I deliberately waited for these 4 days for things to at least settle down a bit. So now here you can call it a motivation, or I would rather say it's the reality. Maybe let's face the reality. So before I get started, so hats off to the ones who've already cleared this. If you've cleared either of the groups or both the groups, or if you've qualified in your CA final, so a very big congratulations to you all, right? But this video is more to do with people who couldn't make it this time, right? And the biggest thing that we all don't talk about is about the mind game. That is how to handle failure, and move ahead in life. So whatever, I'm no expert in this topic, but let me just share you a few experiences that I have personally experienced till now. Of course, a few things that I feel is worthwhile sharing with you all, because I feel as a teacher, it's my duty to guide you on these aspects as well. So now, if for some reason you couldn't make it in this exam, in the previous attempt, the result that you just got a few days back. Now, if you are having issues like, sir, I'm not able to accept my failure. I cannot believe that I failed. Like, I gave my everything, but for some reason I couldn't get through, or I got exactly 199, or I got the aggregate, but I failed in one paper. Because of that, I had to rewrite the entire group. So I am finding it really hard to accept my failure. Now, okay, even if some people, they might have accepted it, but they still do not know how to figure out like where they are going wrong. I've taken multiple attempts again and again and again and again. It is just, the result comes out to be negative. So I really don't know where I'm lagging. Literally, I'm done thinking about it. Now, some students have even crossed this phase. Yes, this time I'm going to do well. But the problem is the people around, right? You have your relatives, your friends, your neighbors. They maybe look down on you, think that, okay, CA only, no, I know it is going to take a lot of attempts. So that could be, you could be in that particular situation. And having faced all this, some of you might even be thinking as to whether I should even continue this course or not. Now, you guys might be of varied age. Maybe you just wrote your first attempt and this could have been the first ever failure in your life, because you would have been a school topper till now. You would have topped in all the exams you've written till date, but you would have tasted your first failure maybe a few days back. Or you would belong to that category of students who have only seen failures in the last 2-3 years. They have failed repeatedly. Or you could also be in a category of people where you're married, you have kids, but still you have the commitment to keep writing this exam. So we do not know which category you are in, but I would like to share a few things that will cater to the needs of all the category of people. And finally, even if you have made up your mind to, yes, I'm going to do it no matter what, then the last stumbling block which I see is many students have this doubt whether I should write a single group or both the groups. If I decide to write single group, will I have the time? If I decide to write both the groups, will I have the time? And if I have the time, how do I make use of it? Should I start watching the lectures? Should I do self-study? All these kind of questions are very common, because trust me, I have not jumped from the sky. I am a CA today because I was a CA student for so many years, right? And I am not a first attempt CA, by the way, right? So now, if you are someone who is going through all these things right now, I would just wanted to share a few thoughts. I don't want to give a false hope saying that after listening to this video, your life is going to change and all that. So let me tell you one thing. No motivational videos are going to help you at this point of time. If you watch motivational videos, it will only motivate you to watch the next motivational video, and this keeps going on like an addiction. So the best form of motivation has to be your self-motivation. So sit back and think why you even picked up this course, right? Now let me just share my story with you all. Now, I have been a consistent topper right from my school days, and I cleared my first level. It was called a CPT. I finished it in my first attempt with a distinction, which is about 70% plus, 70% aggregate plus. Then the second level of the course, back then it was CA IPCC. So now it's your intermediate, right? I finished this also in the first attempt. So I scored 94 in costing and all, and I missed my rank in just few marks. Now wait, I am not saying all this to brag about myself. Let me just come to the point. So I scored really well. Everyone around me were having huge expectations. Not expectation, I would say they would take it for granted. This Ganesh is a studious guy. He is going to make it for sure. He is always a topper, a consistent topper. But guess what? In the third level of the course, CA final, that was the first time I faced my failure. And it took me 4 long years in that final course itself, not for the entire course. I took about 7 to 8 years just to finish my CA. So just 4 long years, which means approx 8 attempts. And out of these 8 attempts, I have skipped 5 attempts. So I wrote only 3. And why did I do all these things? Because even I was going through all of this, which I just quoted right now. Yes, first, you have at least written your exam and you've seen a mark sheet saying that you have failed. But I didn't have the bloody guts to go write the exam fearing that I would fail, right? So if you have failed your exam, give a pat on your back that you were at least courageous than so many other people who didn't even make it to the exam hall. First, have that in your mind, right? I skipped 2 consecutive attempts, and that's when I realized the best way to overcome fear is to go face it. So if you keep avoiding failure, it will only be a postponement and your life will be filled with failure. Right now, you guys are experiencing something that you might not have experienced before. So that is actually the beginning of your growth stage. So please look at the big picture. Now, sir, how do I accept failure? Now, I just believe that we can take inspiration from so many people around us. So if you see any success story, and every success story will have so many chapters of failures in it. Let us take an example of Abraham Lincoln. The man faced so many failures. You guys know Abraham Lincoln. He was the president of United States, right? So he actually contested for Senate elections, even for Congress elections so many times. He repeatedly failed. He had a nervous breakdown. He lost his wife. He had literally, he'd undergone so many things, but the only thing that he kept on doing was attempt it no matter what. He had that never say die attitude, and at the end of the day, he made it happen. He made it happen. I think he was the first black president, if I'm not wrong, of the United States, and it is not a very easy thing to achieve. Now, there was a guy who actually was partially deaf, and he was just 4 years old. And since he was partially deaf, so when he went to his school teacher took his notebook and wrote a note and asked this guy to give it to his mom. So when this guy gave it to his mom, the mom opened it and the letter wrote, "Your Tommy is stupid, so he is not fit enough to attend our school." And the mother replied back by saying, "He's not stupid and I can teach him." And this Tommy, the guy who I'm referring to, was home tutor, that is his mom taught him, and he went on to become who we call as Thomas Edison. So Thomas Edison had only 3 months of official schooling and he was a partially deaf guy, right? Henry Ford, when he invented his first car, he manufactured the first car without a reverse gear. You know that? Now, today, Ford, or we talk about this guy, Thomas Edison, Abraham Lincoln, we all talk about these people who have become extremely successful in their life. Do you think they wouldn't have failure? They wouldn't have faced failure? This guy, Thomas Edison, at the age of 67, he had a major fire accident happened in his factory. Literally, his entire invention, his entire creation, it just went on to drains. It just got destroyed. And you know what he said? Look at his attitude. He said, "Thank God everything got destroyed. So along with this fire, Whatever mistakes I've committed till now have also, gone along with it. So now I have an opportunity to start afresh. And guess what? In the next 3 weeks, he invented that, what do you call, telegraph or phonograph is what some invention relating to electrical sciences. He made that within 3 weeks from that incident. Now, what has happened here? It is just about the attitude. So if you are seeing someone who is super successful and who has not faced even a single failure or a stumbling block, that could be a very, very exceptional category. But generally, people who are successful today have so many chapters of failure behind that success. The only thing is, we do not see that. We only get to know about them once they succeed. Now, you guys are in that position. You guys are in a place where you are struggling to get there. Only if you get there, you will get what you want. But till then, this is how the path is going to be. And for you to actually reach your ultimate destination, you need to have that perseverance no matter what, right? So you guys are not alone. Just say, the institute says out of every 100 students who have written, the pass percentage, let us say it's about 15. Let us even say 20, that's maximum on an average of all the attempts. I'm not talking about just this attempts. 20 students clear. Now, you are always comparing yourself with these 20 people who have cleared. I'm telling there are 80 others who couldn't make it. Now, out of these people, 80 people who couldn't make it, now some people drop, some people actually rise back again and make it happen in the next time. Shaili Chowdhury, November 2018, All India first rank holder. Sorry, she was May 2018, I guess. I don't know which attempt. She wrote her first attempt. She failed both the groups in CA final. The second attempt, she just didn't clear. She scored All India first rank. Now, you tell me what has differentiated between people who have failed in her attempt. They're only to realize that in the next attempt, she is going to top the nation. How is it even possible? The only thing is not time. Time is very subjective. You all have time. We all have time. The problem is our perspective upon things. We think that we don't have time. We think that we cannot do. Just the people around us make us believe that we are good for nothing. That doesn't mean that you are actually good for nothing. If you decide that you want to do something, you just go better do it and make it happen. Till that time, the journey is going to be difficult. People will be, snubbing you. They will just look low at you and all. Right now, our goal is we have it set between us. We have it set before us. Let's just walk down that path and make it happen. No matter what it takes. That perseverance is definitely something we all want. You take great people, you name anyone. The only thing they would have ever done is to not give up. There should be a little progress every day. Even that progress, even if it is really slow, it's okay. Martin Luther King Jr. said, if you cannot fly, then run. If you cannot run, then walk. If you cannot walk, then crawl. But no matter what, just keep moving forward. Show that progress every day. Now, one failure doesn't define your life. This is just one phase of your life. And had I made this video 2-3 days back, just after your results have come, I know what you guys would have done. You are already in a state of, emotional upheaval. That is, you are emotionally unbalanced. The day of results, I always tell students, so at least when the result comes, for the next few days, don't take any major decisions in your life. Major decisions include quitting or continuing CA or any other decision for that matter, could be in your personal life, because on the day of result, only either of the two things could have happened. You would have passed or you would have failed, right? If you pass, you would be super happy. If you fail, you will be super sad. Now, don't ask me, sir, I passed one group, I failed another group and all. Anyways, that is a situation, that is even worse situation. You don't even know in which state you are in, right? So in these situations, definitely you are not at the best version of yourself. So don't jump to a conclusion saying this is what is good for me, because at this point of time, you are very vulnerable and prone to whatever others say. You watch one YouTube video, you will feel that this guy is making sense. You watch another YouTube video that is completely opposite of the first video that you watch, you will start feeling that this guy also makes sense, because at that point of time, your self-confidence is low and you automatically tend to think that the people around you are more mature enough to keep advising on you. But guys, the people who are advising you are mostly in this 80 category. They are also figuring something in their life, may not be in CA or for something else. No one can be a success in all walks of their life. So basically what I'm trying to say is failure is a part of life. I don't think there is anything that is required to be accepted here. It is just the way we are. And if you don't face failures, trust me, there is no progress ahead at all. If you are a person, very simple guys, let's take one of your friend who is doing BCom, right? No, I'm not naming anyone, I'm just saying, let's say someone is doing BCom. That guy would have never failed in his life, no? So does it mean he's successful? Does it mean he's successful? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, at least not in your terms. So can you compare yourself with the BCom? From his perspective, he might be successful. Only if you attempt something, there is even a question of failure. So first, acknowledge the fact that you are progressing forward and trying to do something that many others are even afraid to touch. So this is something that I want to share with you first. Now, sir, fine. Now that you have told certain things, okay, let me even for argument's sake, say that yes, I have accepted failure. Now, where do I lag? Sir, I always keep failing. They give the tag on me. Now, in my personal opinion, I'm telling you, in my CA final, in my personal opinion, let me just share with that experience. Now, I was a consistent topper throughout my academics. And the first time when I was nearing my exam, I couldn't even consider the thought that there is an option that I could even fail. That is, till then, I have always thought that I've passed ever in my life. That's about it. Now, the first time a thought about failure, when it came, that was a time when I started stumbling. Now, in fact, I think some of my students who have attended my previous batches, you guys would already be knowing this. My attempt was in May, right? In the December of the previous year, that is 5 months before. This I'm talking about CA final. 5 months before my scheduled attempt, I finished all the 8 subjects of CA final. So I had 5 months just for revision, and even then, because of that fear of failure, I skipped that attempt. You know what? Most of the times, we don't lag in the actual thing that we think we are lagging in. Sir, I'm good for nothing. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. It's all a mind game. It's what you define. Keep telling yourself that you can do it. And I'm telling you, this will work out. This will definitely work out. If so many people can achieve so many things, right? I just told you, Thomas Edison was half deaf. I mean, partially deaf. He couldn't hear many things. Still, he went on to create some inventions, right? So there are so many people who have done so many great things in life. Now, the only reason for that is mindset. So where do you lag? Maybe one student might be lagging in a particular area, another student might be lagging in another area. Now, the only thing that I would say is, if you want to do something productively, the first thing that you should do is start liking it. Just don't do it for the sake of, someone is pressurizing and all that. Yes, I have picked the course. Now, no matter what, let me just like it. Make peace with it. First, start liking it. When you start liking something, automatically you start spending more time with that particular thing. And slowly you make peace with it. Make friends with it. And then slowly, automatically, things will fall in place. But one thing I want to tell you all, when you are preparing, never ever think about the result. I want you all to enjoy the process. I want you all to enjoy whatever you are doing today. Why do you fix the enjoyment on the date of result? After 6 months, I will clear. At that point of time only, I will be happy. Who said? I don't think you need sacrifices. You can continue watching movies. You can continue doing whatever you want, as in terms of entertainment. But there is a saying, work while you work, play while you play. So you should know how to manage that. When you are studying, give your 100%. And how will you be able to give that 100%? Just fall in love with your subjects. And how will you fall in love with the subjects? Don't mug up. Understand things conceptually, right? I am not trying to say that attend my class. No, please, if that is the message you are getting, please, that is not what I'm trying to say. Whatever you do, learn things logically, conceptually, automatically inside you, that fire will ignite that, yes, I am doing something and it makes sense, you will have that power of manifestation. You will think that, yes, I am doing something and that something is going to help me somewhere in my life. The moment you get that feeling, automatically this will go off. Wherever you lag, you will not lag anywhere. Let's say you are extremely talented in painting. Now, when you are spending the time for painting, you will spend 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours. You won't even know that you've spent that much amount of time. Okay, let me take a better example that is more relatable. Let's say you are gaming. Let's say you love gaming, like, or you love watching Instagram reels, whatever it is. Now, when you're doing it, 1.5, 2 hours, it just flies off like that, right? Now, you wouldn't even realize that you spent that much amount of time, but actually, that 1 or 2 hours has passed by, right? Now, that is why I said time movement is very subjective. If you do something that you like to do the most, then automatically you will not worry about the time. You will do what it takes and finish it. And that is all I'm saying. The first thing right now is, please just start making peace with your subjects. And the only way to do it is learn whatever you learn conceptually. Don't try to mug up. Sir, I have just 3 months left, less than 3 months. So Feb, March, April, okay, 3.5 months, let us say. Sir, if I start today, will I be able to do it 100%? Yes. As I said, as I told you first, don't jump into the subjects. Don't jump into the subjects. First, know why you are learning and then start doing it. Movement of time is very subjective. The problem is, the guys who are going to prepare, once again, you guys would have already written your exam. The problem is, you think you do not know anything. You think you do not know anything. That's why you have failed. The problem is not that. The failure could be because of so many reasons. It could be because you lag in presentation. It could be because you lag in conceptual understanding. It could be because you lag your speed in the exam, right? Take your answer sheets, apply for RTI, see where you stand. See where you stand. That only you can do. There is no one size fits for all solution. Like, this is the problem, everyone follow this. No, you sit, spend time with yourself, and instead of hating the subjects, now this particular attempt, let this be a new beginning for you all. Anyways, institute themselves have redesigned the course. Take that as a new beginning. Yes, for those who have who are yet to convert and all to the new scheme, please do the conversion, and for God's sake, pay that 1,000 rupees, get that study materials, and get a feeling that I am now doing a new course altogether. Now, you don't get this chance in every attempt. Make use of this. Sir, you are saying something illogical. Book, how will it change? It has a psychological impact. Now, when I was in your position, had a man like me come and told me all these things, I would have called him a boomer uncle only, right? But when I got the tight slap of reality, that's when I understood that some psychological factors are there which we tend to ignore. And just because we ignore it, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, right? Fine. Now, the next one about how to face the society. Now, most of the people who give free advices, if you look around, most of the people who give advices on CA is a difficult course, or CA only, no, it will be like this. Most of the ones who do that are not CA by themselves, because they would have tried in their earlier days, but maybe they could not have made it, or they have their own reasons for it. Now, there is nothing to feel ashamed about failure. Now, I have failed many times, and at that point of time, you know what, in fact, for me, I would say that was a big pressure moment, because till then I was very consistent. I was extremely consistent in my academics, and at that point of time, I failed in my CA final. Some people started saying, look, so this guy, this is his true face. He's not good in academics. Till now, whatever he has done, this has happened only by chance, right? These are the kind of comments I got. I felt very bad at that point of time. Yes, I felt depressed. I felt very bad about it. But you know what? There is nothing to feel ashamed about failure. But you know what you should feel ashamed about? Is to not overcoming this failure, right? You can fail, but you cannot refuse to get up. You get up and start doing it. That's about it. If you fail, if people are actually talking bad about you, now prove them with your success. That's about it. I keep saying this many times in my classes as well. Work hard in your silence. Let your success make all the noise. right? You need not go tell them I'm doing this. Look, I've studied so much and all. Nothing. They will keep doing like that. You just mind your business, and one day when you start doing all these things, when you start making it big, at that point of time, they will start recognizing you. Anyways, we are not doing it for recognition, right? You do it for your own peace. I got these kind of humiliations when I was in my final level of the course. 4 years, I can never forget. These 4 years were 4 long years. One day was like 1 year for me. I didn't know what to do. At one point of time, I even threw all my books in a room and locked it up, and I didn't touch it for some time. Now, I'm not advising you to do all those things. I'm saying those were all the mistakes, because I have never faced failure in my life and I didn't know what to do. Now, whatever little that I'm sharing is purely based on my experience. It is not that someone has told me and I'm passing it on to you and all. Whatever little that I know, I'm just sharing it with you all. So guys, remember one thing. You decide your destiny. You decide your fate. Do not let anyone else tell that you're good for nothing or you're good, whatever it is. Now, at this phase, when I was telling you in my CA final, many people looked down at me. They just didn't even bother to talk to me and all. Earlier, they were talking. At that point of time, they didn't talk. All these things were there. Long story short, now I started teaching, right? Now, a few years back, I started teaching and all. And now slowly, when I started my academy recently, now when I have this YouTube channel and when I have my own Instagram page and all, now these people, all of a sudden, they emerge. I didn't know where they were. They emerged all of a sudden, saying that I knew you were always great. I knew that you will always do like this. Guys, I am no exception. Everyone faces this. So please don't think that you are alone. Take care of your mental health. We all take care of our physical health, but we don't take care of our mental health. It is the most underrated topic. Please do take care of your mental health, because everything manifests in your mind. Let me just take a very, very practical and a real life situation. You know what? Just forget whatever you know about our human beings' existence and all that. Practically think the rule of nature. Now, if you see, human beings are physically human beings as compared to all other creatures. Human beings are they are physically of less strength, right? Human beings are physically of less strength, or in other words, a human being cannot fly. Like a bird. A human being cannot swim like what? A fish. He doesn't have a sharp vision like an eagle, right? And by nature, by our biology, we don't have sharp teeth or nails to kill or eat anything by ourselves, right? So basically, as compared to all other creatures, we are relatively lesser in terms of the biological existence, right? But nature is always kind. You know what nature gave? They gave us our thinking ability, and because of the thinking ability, now human beings manifested so many things. You cannot fly. Now human beings created an aeroplane. By the way, I'm talking about aeroplane. The first ever aeroplane, that is an airplane, was invented by Wright brothers. You know that, right? Now, you know what? In the year 1903, right? Precisely December 10, 1903, the New York Times in the US, they said that, these guys, some brothers, are talking about flying an object which is heavier than air, right? This is nonsensical. This is not even, going to happen. So they were being, they were critical about it, and they were making fun of that. And what happened in future? Just a few months or years away, they proved the world wrong. In a newspaper, someone is humiliating you. They said, how can an object which is heavier than air move in air? And these guys proved them wrong. And today we have that invention, airplane, right? And how is that even possible, guys? The only thing that we all have, the power is here. Everything manifests here. So make sure that you are strong here. No one can break you. And if this is weak, everyone can break you. The decision is yours. You always have the choice, right? Fine. Now, society, what people do, you cannot change them. You cannot change how others feel about you. You cannot go and ask someone, please like me, or please think so highly about me. It's the way you are. That's all. If they are accepting you for what you are, let them accept. If not, even then it's okay. You don't take it to your head. Clear with this, guys? Now, having overcome all these things, sir, should I continue with CA or not? Now, this could be a very, very personal answer, but let me just give you a practical near to the actual solution. Now, in this case, first of all, you ask your question, why did you pick up this course? Number two, okay, having picked up, okay, for some reason I picked up. If you passionately picked up this course, then you don't need any other reason. Your passion itself is a reason good enough. If you remove these fear of failures and other obstacles, you are sure shot going to make it in the next attempt. That's about it, mark my words. Right? Now, sir, I didn't do passionately and all. So accidentally I came into this course, or my parents forced me into this course, some reason. But now they did it because I was clueless in my life, right? And they did it. They asked me to do it, and now I started doing it. Now, sir, I realized that after finishing CA, definitely the value will be very high. I'm telling you guys, the value of CA will never decline. This course, the respect that it gives you, the day on which I got my result, that one day made a difference. The day before, the people who called me, like, treated me just like another man. And the day after the result, the way they treated me, I know the difference because I have personally felt it. Ask your seniors or your family members who cleared CA, they will know that. The day of that result, what difference did it make? What difference did it make? No difference. Only the result was announced, and on a certificate, you were able to show to the world that you have cleared CA. But actually, behind the scenes, so many years of hard work has gone behind. At that point, no one appreciates you. They need proof, and it's a sad reality that the world judges everyone based on the result, and that cannot be changed at all. So now what I'm saying is, whether to do CA or not, no matter what, I would say that if you are at least deciding that I want to do something that gives me a guaranteed or a successful career ahead, definitely, guys, this course is a must go, is what I would say. Having picked it up, I'm not saying like for everyone, sir, I hate this completely, sir. No, I want to do something else. I'm very clear that I want to do something else, but still I'm just being forced into it. Then it's time you talk with those people who have forced you and tell them that you want to do something else, because believe me, nothing can come by force. I am a believer of that. So if you want something to be done, you should fall in love with it. Give your 100% and automatically the success will come. Now, if you're very clear that you want to do something else, then it's better not to do CA. That's what I would say. But I feel that the category of people who are very clear that they want to do something else is very less. Most people, they are not even clear about what they want to do, including CA. I'm not talking about those category of people. I'm talking about people who are very clear what they want to do, but still they are forced into this for some reason, right? Now, no doubt this can give you the kind of respect that you want. Yes, financially you will have some stability and all these things, but for that to happen, the first thing is you should start loving the process. And right now, don't jump into your books right now. Take a day or two off, and then with a fresh mind, this 1 or 2 days, don't touch your books. That's what I would say. You know, it's my personal opinion. To take it or not, it's purely up to you. But 1 or 2 days, don't just touch your books. Close it up. Do something that you like to do apart from academics. Don't touch any books. But after those 2 days, come back with a bang and tell yourself that no matter what, I am going to do it this time, and just start preparing. Now have that hunger. You need not have this, you need not keep that result day on your mind. Yes, you can have a target and work towards it. But don't think that I have to pass, I have to pass, I have to pass. The very thought of you having to pass itself will create a pressure that will make you fail. Clear with this? So don't have that. So just keep working on your progress. Automatically the results will be taken care of by itself. Clear with this, guys? Right? So to continue or not, purely I'm telling you guys, if you are very clear about this, if you are very clear about what you want and what you don't want, if you're clear that you want something, yes, you better do that, right? And if you're not even clear and if you're already stuck here, now change your perspective, rewind everything, and take this May 24 attempt as a fresh start and do it. And I'm telling you 100%, you guys will clear. Now don't think that, sir, everyone can clear, how is it possible? Very simple. This video I'm making today, maybe now you might be super motivated and all that. I want this motivation to stay with you forever. That is called as self-motivation. Tell yourself why you want to do this. Reflect on yourself. Hundreds of YouTube videos will not help you. I have seen YouTube videos. When I was in that phase, I did that and I got addicted to motivational videos. Every day I was looking video after video. I start my day with a motivation video and all. Nothing will happen. I spend 1 or 1.5 hours in motivational video. Then YouTube will also recommend one algorithm. So it will also recommend one other suggested videos. So from motivation, I will go somewhere to cricket and all. Where it is related, we don't know. This is a distraction. Watching motivational videos itself is a distraction, in my opinion. So if you want to be motivated, try to motivate yourself. Self-motivation is the best way to proceed forward. Right? Now, coming to the $1 million question, sir, single or both groups? Now, this purely depends on your level of preparation. Now, the moment I finished the previous sentence, now you would have had one thing in your mind. Now, my level of preparation is 0. That's what you would have thought. So, I am like good for nothing. I have to read everything. No, that's why I asked you to take 2 days off. 2 days, you just take it off and then you come back and analyze where you are. Now, definitely you will not be starting from 0. 100%. You could have failed in all the subjects, but definitely you are not starting from 0. Definitely not starting from 0. You know something, right? See where you are standing. See where you are standing, and when you are doing this, don't do it with your friends. Do it alone. Because when you are doing it with your friends might be good at a particular topic while you might be good at something else, right? So that mixture, don't let it do. Maybe you do group studies later on, but when you're taking this decision on where you stand, don't ever do it along with someone. Do it alone. Tell yourself where you're standing, and that's about it. You will know what to do. Now, sir, assume that I know only little. Can I write both the groups? Can I write both the groups? In terms of time, I am saying, is writing both the groups possible? Yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible. So you need to double your efforts as compared to people who are writing one group. If you're writing both the groups, then you need to double your efforts. So the efforts will be high. You need to definitely spend about 14 to 15 hours a day, maybe if you're writing both the groups. If you're writing only a single group, maybe group wise I want to write, sir, then in that case, what will happen? So your burden will be halved and you can finish this in a relaxed manner. That's about it. That's about it. The choice is personal, but I'm telling you, is 3 months sufficient for studying both the groups? That is, after witnessing a failure, coming back from that failure, and 3 months, is it enough for me to go attempt the next attempt, writing both the groups? Yes, that is possible. And for you to do that, don't jump to your books first. Rewire this. First, it's your mind. Clear your mind game, and then you enter into it. Things will be very, very easy. Trust me, guys, most of the people fail even before they enter into the exam hall. The failure does not happen in the exam hall. Before they enter into the exam hall, that fear, because of that, they are not able to perform well in the exams, and then you know what happens? It becomes a loop. Every time before the exam, this trauma comes in and we go with that fear and fail, and it keeps on happening. At some point of time, you step back and see what you've been doing. Definitely you will figure out a pattern and just start rewiring it. Now, because you're fearing, nothing is going to change. In fact, a fear can only bring you down. If you face it boldly, just try facing it boldly the next time. This upcoming May attempt, right? Forget about passing, failing. Don't think about your results. You tell yourself one thing: I'm going to take 2 days off and then I'm going to start. Now, when I start, I will only tell myself one thing: I'm going to love whatever I'm going to do. Love the process. Don't worry about the result. Love the process. Study with your whole heart, right? If you do not know, question the whys of it. Many people say that, sir, I don't have time to learn conceptually. Who said? If you learn conceptually, then you need not take the efforts of memorizing. But if you mug up, what happens? Time and again, every attempt, sir, I mug up. I'm not able to tackle certain things. Then again, next attempt comes in. Again, I mug up. It's a loop. So a smart way of studying itself is conceptual learning. And many students have started slowly realizing that. I'm very happy about it. For those who think that, who are being misled that, memorizing and going to the exam is the way forward, come on, we are in a professional course. And Memorizing is not going to take you anywhere. Institute knows that very clearly. Now they have changed all the exam patterns and all. They have made this MCQ and all these manner of testing. Conceptual knowledge is the way forward. So tell yourself that whatever it is. Sir, only should I attend the class? Only if I attend any classes will I be able to do it? No, in my opinion, CA is a self-study course. But then why are people conducting lectures? Even I conduct lectures. Why do I do that? Basically, if you were to figure things out by yourself, it might take some extra time. Rather, if there is a person who is breaking down things for you and explaining it, it might take lesser time. Number one. Number two, apart from the bookish way of learning, you will also get some more insights that might inculcate the interest in you in the subjects. Beyond these two things, there is, right, beyond these two things, not much of, there is nothing great, like only if you attend the lectures, you will be able to clear your exams. Nothing of that sort. I've seen students who have, prepared for 8, 9, 12 months. They have prepared. They have just prepared by themselves, just by reading the institute study material, and they have cleared, right? These are some easy ways available. These are just options available for you. So don't ever worry about it. Time is there. It is just the movement of time that matters. And for you to determine that movement of time, get your perspective right. Clear with this, guys? So all the very best to you all. I'm sure you guys are going to make it this time. And tell yourself this: work hard in silence. Let your success make all the noise. So thank you all so much. I will see you all in the next one.